and fell in love with the area that I moved into, and I was like, I'm not leaving Valpo. I love it here, and started looking at a couple other places, and Family Express is a local company in Valparaiso, and got introduced. Actually, a guy that I used to work with at Target went to Family Express. He worked at the Valpo office at the Valpo Target, and talked to him a little bit about it, and said good things. And I actually applied, and this is where it's important that you start in a career that's kind of going to set you up for what you want to do. I applied for the category manager role at Family Express. Thinking maybe I wanted to use my marketing degree. You know, I've got that degree. It should make it so that I can use my skill set in that. But I didn't have any actual experience doing it. So I applied to that. Actually, one of the owner's sons, when he interviewed me, he asked me, and he said, you're clearly in management, and I admitted that, and he hit a nail on the head with me too. He said, you've kind of just been part of retail abuse, which was true, just working too many hours, and he expressed, that it's different at Family Express, and like work-life balance does matter, and that hit home for me too, because it wasn't that I didn't like that environment, I just didn't like that I couldn't live a life and have a family, and so interviewed with him and felt good about it, and ultimately took a district manager role at Family Express, and got some of my life back. And it was still retail in some capacity, but it was a different ballgame and a different mindset too when I took that role.
So you move, you're kind of can you talk a little bit about what a district manager does for like a convenience-like store?
Yeah. So, Family Express is a chain of convenience stores. Like they have 74, I think they had, convenience stores across Indiana when I left. And you're multi-site though. So that's a different ballgame. So a district manager, you have got 10, 11 different stores that you're in charge of. And so they have an HR team of 4 or 5 people. And then the district manager is in charge of your 10 stores. And you kind of play a little bit of both in that role from what I was used to. So at a store at Target, I had my own HR person, and it was everything HR. I had my own sales floor assistant manager, logistics, assets protection. As a district manager, you kind of wear all hats. Yeah. So that was where it was really good for me to have had multiple roles at my career at Target, because I could tap into that and tap into my knowledge. And even though I didn't have the official titles at Target, I was also, like, I ran the logistics team for one winter when we were down a person, and I dabbled in assets protection, and those types of things really helped me in multi-site too, because you're not there every day. So you have to have a good pulse and use the tools at your fingertips of managing 11 different stores when you might only get there once or twice a week. You have to have different time management skills, and ultimately still be in charge of hiring and firing and that.
That's a lot of I didn't realize it was 10 to 12 locations per district manager. So like, what would you say an average location, like on site, you'd be there like a month?
So we made sure as a company, like, you're there at every store once a week at a minimum. So you make your presence, and it's unannounced, right? So your team doesn't know necessarily when you'll be there, which is good, so that it's not like they're hiding stuff and, the boss is coming in, which is a good culture to have. And you spend more times at your stores that are struggling and less time at stores that are doing well that you can count on. And there's cameras, so you can watch that. And Family Express does a really good job at managing from afar. So there's tools. There's something called ZenPut, which we use there, where you would take pictures of the store and how it looked. So without even being in the store, I could see how the store looks, and it's just using different tools when you're multi-site that I didn't have to use when I was at a single site location.